bona bahle mhlambe ngokubuka but
from Great Britain running in Piccadilly.
I think on the show as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Peter Maritzburg.
see Mr. Choice TV. Yeah, actually, thank you.
About that, me, I think relationships are wonderful. My friend even said the other time that she thinks I'm a better person when I'm in a relationship.
None of them are going to.
Oh,
I don't think I'm probably dead as far as that concerned. I'm joking. I wouldn't go that far. But yeah, no.
Because every relationship is a lesson, and every relationship teaches you about yourself. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out in these past relationships, as I said, that I fell in love with. What was the point of that? But maybe. Hi, it's Sips.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am Bonga, and you're listening to and watching
the Unintentional podcast. And today we're here with Mr. Live T. Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up? Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, guys. Thank you so much. I'd like to greet all the fans of the Unintentional podcast. It's your boy, Mr. Live T, Mr. Red Brick City, Mr. Choice TV. We are out here. Thank you.
He's like Mr. Entertainment, Peter Maritzburg.
Oh, for sure.
And Bonga, how do you guys know each other?
Dude, Mr. Live T and I go a long way back, dude. We went to primary school together, like grade 0, like 1995.
Yeah, 95, 96.
Yeah, 95, 96, grade 0 to grade 7, primary school. Grade 8 to matric in high school as well. Wow. So that's how far back him and I go. And we have stories for days.
We have stories for the
things we got up to.
I feel like when it comes to Bonga and I, it was in our school. It was really weird. It was a really weird time in South Africa because we are only starting to integrate and go into these white schools. So literally, about 5 at our school.
Yeah.
And Bonga happens to be one of them, and I happen to be one of them as well. So yeah, but it's been a really amazing journey that we've been able to keep in touch because we from different lives. Bonga's not like me, but we're good friends. But
also people grow apart, life happens, so it's good to know even years later you guys still keep in contact.
Yeah, for sure. Like, he's one of the few people that actually always comes to my other hustles,
support.
Yeah, he supports me a lot. And I'm really excited that you guys actually have a podcast because he was never that type of person.
No, I was not. I will tell you though, I did love radio back in the day so much. I even recorded myself a couple of times talking, recorded radio shows and so on. It was my thing. It's always been part of the vision to do something like this, you know what I mean? So yeah, I've been a fan of that and a fan of yours. So it's a beautiful thing that you found yourself in the media space as well. And I'm a big fan of the media space.
Yeah.
And that's how I got into your content and actually I followed as well. Besides, of course, knowing you from way back. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And so tell us about your journey. How did you get into entertainment and the space where you had studied sports science?
Yeah. For me, it was really a weird story because, when I was 15, my mom literally told me that I was very sports orientated. So at the time I was really big on football. I was really big on sports. And she was like, dude, you are probably going to end up on radio or on TV someday. And I was like, no, I want to be a superstar footballer. Cristiano Ronaldo's the best thing that ever happened to football. So I just want to be doing that. But she was like, oh, okay, if you don't want to listen, and then fast forward from that time to 2017 when now I need to go back and tell her, yo, dude, listen, I think I'm thinking of going into media.
Wow.
And her reaction was like,
I told you so. Moms always know best.
But I don't know how she felt it, because I was just, I've never I'm a chatterbox, but I've never really thought of myself as I can just sit down with you and have this type of conversation, you know.
But then what sparked that?
Okay, let's get into that. I was working at the municipality as a youth officer. So I was there on sporting terms. So I was doing outreach programs and I was an intern. So the sad thing is that we were supposed to get absorbed and get like contracts, full-time permanent contracts within the youth office, and then that didn't happen. You know, now I'm stuck.
Yeah.
You know, now I'm really stuck. I just bought a contract phone. You know,
Wow.
and it's coming in 2 days. So, and then I when I get to the office and they're like, no, the guys, they're not going to renew the contracts. And, you know, we go speak to HR and HR is like, yeah, the contracts are here. Your manager just needs to sign. And our manager just didn't sign.
Wow.
You know?
Sure.
So, that same weekend, you know, like this was crazy. The same weekend, we had the Sundance on the Sunday. So really, it was an ongoing plan. So getting phone, I'm gonna shoot dope pictures with the new phone at the Sundance on the Sunday.
Yes.
Come Thursday, Take a Lot brings the phone. My contract didn't get renewed. So Monday, I'm not going back to work.
Oh snap.
Oh snap. Okay, fine. So I go to his Sundance regardless. So I tell the boys, yeah, man, like this is, you know, but no, they're like, no, let's go. I got the phone. So when we get there, we keep drinking, we do what we do. And then all of a sudden I start taking out this phone because I'm not like, I'm trying to keep your phone. And surprisingly, it's this phone.
Oh my word. Wow.
Like, no, it's not this one per se, but
Oh,
like I never
okay.
moved to there. But if phoning I was this
Okay.
P8 like 2017, yabo. So
Right.
I started recording amachids yabo and siyakhuluma, they doing their own stuff yabo. Yaba ngenze ngathi ngiyaba interviewer. I'm like, yo, we out here at Sundance. What's going on? Hey, bro, we like, and then we collected all of that content.
Yeah.
And then straight up, because they paid 12. So straight after that, we went back to the hood. Safika endlini, safaki memory card, sakhipha memory card, sayifaka laptop. We still had beers left, so and then we just relived the party. You know, we just watched everything.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, guys, the next time we go, I'm gonna try and interview people abang Hamdat and see how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the next month came, Saya futhi Sundance.
Wow.
I remember futhi ngaqala nje nga-interview nje omunye ugelo ehleli la. Nah, she was really out of it. I have the video on Facebook. Go check it out. She was really out of it. So she didn't know what was going on because at the time, I'm a podcast. Like it was an alien thing. Yeah, but there was radio and TV. But ukuthi khona umuntu ozok-interview ephathini, it was like if I may say, I can really own it. You know, like I really sparked something.
Yeah.
So I'm interview nomunye umfowethu lana, and then I get other 3 girls. Yeah, so I now I'm starting to get really creative with it. So I lie and say, no, we're actually running a competition. Who's best dressed, who has the best nails. I have that video too on Facebook.
Yeah.
So then it started there, and then after that, I said, okay, now I'm gonna add character into it. So now I need to stand out as that guy. So I don't just come at you as a random who's I will know about who's will come who's interview. No, now I need to establish myself. Okay, when the Sundance, that's gonna come and interview. So that's how it started. So I cause mind it was really tough because at first we needed to pay. Yeah, but so if somebody about 5 kanji, I need to make sure everyone's got a ticket because you guys are my support. So everybody has to have a ticket. And in Asi, prove or he promotes this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because so we need to prove our value. So what says, okay, Praz, so so we'll pay to do the job. So we'll say we'll handle all the costs of us being there and recording, and then but next time we're not paying for shit. You know, excuse my French, but we're not paying.
Right.
So that's how I built the network. So we leveraged our time. You know, I think with people, if you don't have the resources or the capital, you know, you always have to leverage your time because that's what you have. You know.
So on which platform was it at that time?
At the time, we were on Facebook and on Instagram, but a bit of YouTube because YouTube ngawuqala late now. But I needed a platform in now. umuntu angalibele ngena kwi-link, because at the time nakhona le masibheke into zo YouTube zaziza kancane not many people were and data was a problem. Wi-Fi nakhona it was the early days of Wi-Fi so like those were the platforms that we really used.
And then how did it go from that to being like Functuae TV and Choice TV and all of those things that now the Vinci Connect, all of those things?
Well, with regards to that, I think it was just a growing process, because now, mind you, now I needed to find a team, because that was year number 1 in 2017. So 2018 now we've established and people are expecting it. Because at a certain point, people actually thought Sundance was my event.
Wow.
I was pushing it like anything that had to do with this Sundance. On my trash video on a P8 about hi Bonfese, how it's that guy. Oh, I saw that guy. So people started recognizing me, and especially the biggest thing was the hats and the shades. I think branding myself. How do you recognize me? Because like I've always wanted to have that conversation with people. If you're gonna be a brand, always try to have something identifiable. Because if I take off that and that, I can literally walk in more straight. The shades. So that's branding in a sense, like it's identifiable. With branding, you need to be identifiable. I think that's the most important thing with branding.
I have to ask though, like, where do you learn about this, like marketing yourself, selling yourself, branding, even the personalities that you developed while presenting? Where do you learn all that? Where do you glean that from?
Well, it derives from a lot of research. Like I'm really a person where I'm going into something, I'm always inquisitive of how the best people are doing it. That's my first point of reference. Okay, who's the best here? Who is the best? Okay, what is he saying? What is he doing? How does he or she run their stuff? And then it's research in motion from there. Once you can establish what do you want to do, and then then you keep evolving, then you keep researching. And the hardest part I haven't told you was naming myself.
Yes.
As Mr. Live T. That was, because after the second time we went to Sundance, okay, suba interview ilabantu. What do you call yourself? A friend of mine asked me. I was like, the weirdest thing was that I told him there and there. No, I'll just call myself Mr. Live T. Huh? Where does that come from?
With no thought, nothing.
With no thought, with no hesitation, none whatsoever. But now, the biggest problem is convincing myself the next morning. Okay, you are now Mr. Live C. So I had to look myself in the mirror for weeks on end. You are Mr. Live C. You are Mr. Live C.
Okay. Yeah. And how did the family take it? How did your friends take it now that you've moved into this Mr. Live T?
Whoa, okay. Mom, let's start with my mom. Shout out, mom. Shout outs. Let's start with her. I feel like she was like, okay, now you're in that space. Let's see what happens. I told you you're gonna be there. Now let's see what happens. Because in that phase, I was moving into interviewing people like Satan Ganji. I had a show called Red Brick Stories, where I go to your natural place, like whether you're in a street corner, whether you're in a container, at a shop. I just want your reality. Okay, this is where you are every day. Okay, this is what you do. You're a rapper. So I did a lot of walking. So my mom was really, she was really confused. Okay, this guy's really going for it. Because at the time I had lost a job. So it's okay, I'm working, but now I need to wake up for a dream. There's no money coming in right now. I need to focus. So much so that now I need to find data. I need to find where I can network with people. So I found the UKZN. So UKZN as a student, pass on my phone every day. So I can connect with new artists, new students, new people abazongitshela ngegame, because bengikwi sports sengena kwi entertainment space. So khona abantu who are younger than me and older that know, so I need to know all those people. And then with friends, we started a company, Red Brick Media. You know, I had friends, you know, shout out to all those niggas that were with me. I appreciate them a lot, you know, but because even though, you know, they fell off, but, you know, I feel like that energy they gave me, you know, they knew I was the best host to actually execute. Yeah, well, they never had bad shade towards, you know, like a but it was just a matter of I just wanted it more.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like till this day we're friends, but you know, like I've saying cool. Say we it's a matter of just support.
I have to comment on that. Hey, you know, again, I was a fan of the show. I'm a fan of the various shows that you've done. Even to the point, even the shows that you did on SoundCloud, actually, where you did a top 5 and actually got to play music between your shows, because Spotify, YouTube didn't allow that much later on as you became Functuae TV and so on. So you sort of did away with that. One thing I noted and that I really loved about the people around you was that, like, so the respect that they had for you. You know what I mean? Like the collegiality that you guys had among yourselves, the mutual respect. It was very admirable. And what is it, do you think, that probably, I guess, helped those people to be so drawn to you? Is it your leadership skills? Where did you learn to bring people together? And
I don't know. And I don't know, because I've been an only child for the longest time, but my younger brothers came late. But I just think with people, it's the transparency. I didn't make things feel as if they mine. You know, so if I were to involve you, I would call you out. So, bro, this is yours, it's just as it's mine. So when I'm as if I'm your God, and then I have to tell you everything. No, you can literally, like it. I think it's creating that platform that the next person can actually come to you and say, you know what, I think we should try that. And you as a leader, just give them that platform. Like if it fails, it fails, you know. Like I think the people around me felt that I'm giving them that responsibility and platform, but thrive as to rather trying to control them.
I think that's important.
So I think I've always, even with my sports, that's how I coach my teams. You know, I'm always open to, like, the first thing I say with team talk, what are the problems you guys are facing? Like, let me hear from you, because I'm on the outside, I'm not really feeling what you're feeling. I can only watch, but when you're faced with so many challenges, so that's why I want to find out from you first. Okay, what is the situation? What are the problems that we are facing? Then we can go to the solution.
And then how has the support been from the municipality, or, you know, just the local businesses in Pietermaritzburg?
Trash.
Oh wow.
Trash. Wow. You know, like for me it's I like, if it's people are always telling me, you know, you need to reach out, you need to go there. I feel like reaching out like that, it gives you, it brings you to a sense of complacency, you know, like, because it makes me feel like I'm waiting for a handout. So if I'm to do something really and really execute it, it needs to be a proven value. So that's why I'm only handouts when I'm excel.
I want to invest.
I want to invest in it. Like, I think I can negotiate better the deals. I can get more money out of it that way, as in to me you'll make me take a shitty contracts because so you'll think I'm desperate. So, like, as much as there's a disadvantage and an advantage to that approach, but I think in the longevity of things, because now once I can establish my value, then when Yeah, but so now I can take a hit on my own terms. I'm taking a hit ngoba mina ngongqoze kulo yamnyango yabo type of shit.
Okay, makes sense. And then how much work does it take to bring, you do the creative art week and the art exhibition, tell us about that whole process.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to that, let me just start here. I really enjoy the process of things. Yeah, well, the end result is there, but the process of doing things. I always speak about following the science. Yes, I think that's the most important thing we need to talk about. I feel like my partner, shout out to him for Vinci Connect. He's my partner. So I think when because Vinci Connect is what Arts Week, no Fashion Week, and that. I think the first conversation we had, so execute. What does the science say? In terms of the process of things, we need to follow the science. So that's where I actually got to understand the levels of marketing and branding and executing or doing something. So within that, when you're doing something like an event and stuff like that, there's a lot that goes into it aside from just the end results. Like how much time, how much work does it require? First and foremost, forget about the success, but how much work do we need to put in to actually make it a success? Okay, now that we understand, we're gonna walk a lot. The show's probably gonna need about 3 months of rehearsals. We're gonna need to cut out and paint and do the decorations ourselves. We're gonna need to leverage a bit of the money, the profits that we're gonna make. So because we have no budget, so all we can do is leverage the profits that we're gonna make, unguaranteed profit, mind you. So psychologically, we also need to understand that. What are we leveraging? Because that's not budget. So we need a venue, we need sound, we need people, we need workers. That's the most important. Like unpaid actors are very, so. Going back to involve the people, make it their dream as well, make it their events as well. Don't make them subordinates. Give them huge responsibility within the organization, because now you won't be calling them all the time to come and work. They have a responsibility. They are held accountable, because if I've given you a position as head marketer, I'm not paying you, but I've given you a position. You can do whatever you want. So you are just as important. So if anything should happen for what we are trying to do, everybody's benefiting from it. So we also gave ourselves that chance. That's how we negotiate with people. So it made it so much easier, because now we are able to maneuver, because we are following the science. We're not worried about the profits or the success of it. We just need to make sure the science is clean. The rest will follow.
And so do you have a kind of relationship with Aura now?
I've always had a relationship with Aura. Like a lot of my friends work at Aura. I'm very close with the owner. But yeah, it's everything is cordial. Like there's no bad blood. We have a good relationship. It's just that I'm working from other spaces. My network is huge, and that's another issue that we need to speak about, because now people don't understand the power of network. Because you're gonna get to people, like I can have all the money in the world, but you're gonna get to people that don't need your money, literally. That just need to know you personally.
It's a relationship.
It's a relationship. So I've always thought of it, like it's something about sometimes but it's whatever. I know what I'm doing with it. But my thought is, if and like it's a first engagement, and like let's say my service charges 3,000 rand, and within my first encounter, Ubonga's a bit relaxing to pay this 3K, but Ubonga knows a lot of people. But Ubonga, there's a potential of Ubonga angangitholela abantu abazonginika lo 3,000 about 10. So I'm going to sacrifice the work. So I'm going to leverage my time Bonga because of purposes of building a relationship no Bonga. It's a tough pill to swallow sometimes, especially if you have workers that you need to pay. So you need to explain, no, this is the decision I feel we need to take. It's not even a guarantee, but as the leader, that conversation was, guys, I think we need to take a hit, Lana. 3,000, because manje, I feel like this guy has the potential to give us 10 contracts in a year. So how do you explain that to so now they also need to, there needs to be that relationship whereby it's okay, no, look 10 contracts, I'm part and parcel of those 10 contracts. I go now while I feel my contract. I want the organization is so I feel like that's really worked for me a lot. Yeah.
And then the people you worked with, let's talk about actually the first arts exhibition with Sandy the Art. The people that were involved there, the MCs, the performing artists, the main attraction herself, Sandy the Art, her work as well. Like, how did you put that all together, and how did those relationships sort of grow?
It goes back to my days at UKZN, right? Because I immediately understood that through my research, of course, I immediately understood that if I'm to do something or open an organization, where is the best place where I can find enthusiastic workers that are just looking for an opportunity? People that are still in school, they have that obligation, but if you are involving them in something aside from school, I found that they were very eager to be involved in it, especially because at the time, there wasn't much going on, so like so much so that I've changed teams 7 times. This is probably my 8th team that I'm working with now, because they were young. Like, there was a lot of, and I gave them a lot of responsibility, and they had other issues, and then shout out to all those teams. I love you very much. Thank you to all you guys, because without them giving me that platform to actually, no man got 3 months now, and then you go, it's fine, but you kept the fire burning, because it could have been quiet for like years. True. So how I got them was through networking and being part of their careers. Like being there every day. Like I literally was at UKZN every day of my life.
Wow.
For straight 2 years.
Wow.
Because it was a networking building situation, because I didn't know anything. I'm coming from the football field. I'm a coach. I'm a physician, but now I'm getting into a new industry, so I need to have people that know better than me around all the time.
Absolutely.
So how have you seen, since you've been doing this since 2017? How has the response now been, and in yourself as well? How have you grown as a person?
Wow. I think things have just gotten a bit easier with my experience, because now I don't just put myself in positions that I know will hurt me. Or my organization, because I always need to protect my staff and the organization. Because it's what we have, it's ours, we're not living in mansions, but it's if somebody's to ask me what am I doing, I can literally tell you now, and we have visual portfolios for it, so it all boils down to that. So it's what we have. It's what we have, and it's what we love to do, as hard as it is. It has a lot of challenges, because now we are the city's journalists, so not many people like you. So I'm always telling my partner Udumi, my current camera guy, shout out to me. I'm always telling him, we are in the belly of the beast. Literally, we are in a position whereby every poster, every promoter, every club owner, every artist, anything that is anything, we've put ourselves in the forefront of it. We know about it, we engage it. Sometimes it's just a matter of time factor that we are just committed to other things, but we are in that position, and it's very hard, because now sometimes you are communicating with people that don't like you. You know, like you can finalize a contract today or an engagement today, and then get sabotaged the next morning, and and then you have to see that person at the next event. You still need to interview them because the promoter wants that interview from that person who sabotaged you last week. You know,
that drama.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
And also just PMB being so small. You're in the same circles, the same people.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So for me, it's a great challenge. I'm enjoying it, you know, because I think we're in a position whereby even if you don't like me, but you need me somehow.
I like that.
Because I've been in situations whereby you and Bonga don't like each other. We're in the same industry. Both of you don't like me, but you're going to call me needing something from Ubonga, but you know Ubonga is not going to respond to you.
Wow.
You won't, like, I'm faced with those type of, because I'm the city's journalist, but like I could easily be bitter, but I'm like, hey, this is an opportunity. If you need me for that, okay, I can leverage something. But if I played you a card, I can easily come and say, hey, I'm playing that card against you, you know. So I've developed a tough skin, you know. So it's a matter of all of these people are my sisters and brothers in the industry, you know. One way or another, we need each other. So for me, it's always going to be a fun time. And if you are building an industry, there needs to be drama.
Of course. It's part of the journey.
Yeah, it's part of the journey. Yeah.
I've got to ask, man, we got to talk about the music as well, because you're not just a journalist. You don't just have a show on YouTube. You don't just do live events. You also make music, you DJ, and you also manage artists as well. Like, talk to us about that as well.
Okay. I've always been somebody who really likes music. You know, I've always been in the musical space. It's just I've never. I think it was just more of a courage thing, and the timing. So when we rebranded Functuae TV, there was this space and Nakona Futi through research in motion, because people that really inspire me are like people like Omek Gino, Scoop Makatsini. Like, I follow their careers. Okay, how did you do it? Okay, oh, you expanded into that. Okay, why did you expand into that? Oh, okay, you wanted to expand your brand, or you wanted a platform where you can push your own agendas. You know, so I firstly got into DJing because I wanted to push e-brand Choice TV. So I needed a platform where the masses can always see me. So I got into it and I really liked it. You know, at first I really liked it. Not at first, I still like it now. Like it's even crazier. You know, like it's even crazier. But with that, I was playing people's music for the longest time. So I was like, okay, how can we do this? Like, I'm just actually sick and tired of why can't people celebrate to our music? So I had a concept of mixing techno and amapiano. So I called it tech piano. So I had that in me. It was like, if we can add that, and I'm not really a producer, but I was so adamant that Gai's sound in my ear, you know. So I was like, okay, let me find producers and sell this concept to them, you know. And I sold it. I had to go through 6 producers. Sure. All of them, like, you know, shout out to you guys, but you know, it was just not what I was looking for. Okay. And then I had to go. Then something just told me, no, there's a brother of mine who used to live at my house, and he dropped a track in 2018 that had the same elements, closest to what I wanted. The only thing we needed to add lap was the lock drum. Then there was tech piano. And then I called him up, and luckily for me, Naiwe Shawi writer's block, so Naiwe says we're music industry. So Uktangana Wizinto at the time was like, Naing again with this concept. He was like, whew, hey, so you want to keep on machine and no producer. And first day first day nje mfethu ngihlala na studio, it was like, okay, this is what we're doing. Ngamlalelisa nje ingoma ezu-3, that's okay, from this track this is what I want, from this track this is what I want, and then it was like, say less, let's do it. Yeah, and then we did our first single, If You Know, You Know. Yeah, from that studio session, with Amalo shedding out too. And I was Sailinda, literally. So yeah, then that's how I got into. Then we formed a group called the Frequency Music. So cause the negotiation was, yo, bro, you're a dope producer. Minage, I'm a dope media guy, so I know everybody. I'm gonna make sure we get the gigs. I know how to market the music. I know how I'm gonna brand ourselves. You know. So again, I have the idea. Which, okay, this is my negotiation. You know that better. I know this better. So you need me as much as I need you.
Right.
You know. So yeah. And it was great because we had a long-standing relationship with him. He used to live at my house, you know. Shout out Spazmeter. So yeah, then we got into music, and then we recently started an organization called the Frequency Movement. So it's an organization for where we help artists. You know, I feel like the biggest problem with our artists in PMP is the administration side and how to actually push the music. The talent is not the problem.
Yes.
You know, that's the bulk of the work. The talent is not the problem. I think it's an administration part, because like when you decide to be from being a studio artist into being a professional artist, there's a lot that you need to go through, like registering the different organizations, understanding that there's going to be a change in schedule.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because literally just right now, njoba ubonge ngilanda, like my friends, okay, just bought beers. So she's yeah, well, like the fact that I need to be here. Like life is gonna be uncomfortable for me. I need to move away from my friends. You know, I need to take those decisions as hard as they are. Yeah, well, because now I've got 2 gigs tonight, and tomorrow I've got another gig. So I need to understand
time management.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, well, just like you guys, you're moving away from your conventional things. Then Sips and Champion now, some your girls are saying, no, Sips, let's go to Fine Vine, have lunch, darling, you know.
Yeah.
But Sips needs to be here and listen to Mr. Lightsey talk, you know.
For
and
sure.
She needs to be at this commitment. So I think that's why we started the Frequency Movement, is that come to this movement. We'll give you the information. We are the hub where you'll find friends, you'll find brothers where they will help you. All you need to do is just put in the work. That's all you need to do. Then we can speak percentages once you've put in the work. What's you giving back to the organization to help the next guy. It's not about us. We artists under the organization, so not we're gonna make money as artists, but we are not making money off the organization. That organization needs to be a running hub for the next people. So yeah, that's how we've structured it. We're releasing our 3rd project as the Frequency Movement. We've managed to lure in about 8 artists.
Wow.
Yeah, 8 artists that want to release music under us. So for me, I'm juggling a lot right now, you know. So it's really crazy. It's really crazy.
No.
And then in terms of why did you decide to stay in PMB? Why didn't you go to Joburg, or you know?
I thought you'd never ask. I thought you'd never ask. But for me, that's what I get a lot, you know. I've been dealing with that since 2017. Like these are the early days. I don't even know how long I'm gonna do it. So, but for me, the decision is purely based on Maritzburg is a clean canvas. You know, nothing's been painted on Maritzburg. There's no gatekeepers. There's no people that are saying we have monopolized this game. So everything is open. So I literally love that space. Like it gives me that environment to chop and change. Like, okay, I was doing Choice TV like the other day. Oh, okay. You know what? Let me rebrand. You know, there's no pressure. Like, as much as as a side effects, but I need to make sure it happens. It's a clean canvas, yes, because like Josie markets are saturated. You know, like it's gonna take a lot for me to be in that space. So, I'm booking Choice TV to go to Josie. Better negotiation, bigger money. You know, but if I'm there, I'm just like the normal citizen who is desperate, who is gonna take a shitty contract. And if I'm king, I can negotiate whatever, figure to your place. But I need to make sure with namle if it isn't those yeah, but there's kids that wanna do but I because it's kunabantu bakhona nabo abafuna ungena wena usushiya la ungena lutho khona akekho uzokubangisa. You could literally make mistakes for 10 years and nobody's chasing you ukuthi hayi nina nenzani lapha.
Yeah.
So for me it's that and like angikwazi ukushiya ekhaya konakele mfethu yabo, like mfethu mina ke personally yabo, money doesn't motivate me yabo, like I'm always fighting with my mom about that yabo. Like money doesn't motivate me yabo. I mean I'm born end results, you know. I want to see the end result. Like I'm very curious whether we fail or not. It's cutting jelobong in the car. Whether we fail or not, but I'm just so curious. Then you know, why were we doing this? You know.
Yeah.
And so, what's your vision for Choice TV now?
Okay, I'm glad you asked that question. For me, Choice TV now, I don't wanna make it a podcast. Yeah, I want a TV network. Okay. So my next step now is buying small podcasts. I might just buy Unintentional, but yeah, it's buying small podcasts to accompany the umbrella of a Choice TV. So when we're pitching for bigger funds of having TV studios where we can run all the podcasts, we have. If we have like 6 podcasts under that umbrella, then umuntu or sponsor or an investor, we are sure, okay, this organization is really working. We are a working organization, and my investor like, okay, fine, especially with governments, how is the communities benefiting? So with us, if since we've established a podcast, they ashdown. Yeah, say look, establish a podcast. Yeah, I say not deal side because yonke nje cover yonke into yase not deal, whether event engalapha, whether it's news, whether it's sports engalapha, we have reporters, we have a podcast that is being run there. Abakumele bazibezele ethawini bezoyirun thina nje sama liaison bafonele office ukuthi kuse ama camera, okay, so lana ama camera ethawini siyele ama camera ahlala kubona bane hub nabo yabo, so on and so forth, because ziningi indawo in respect. So that is my vision for it. If we can cover all these places and be probably bigger than one KZN, you know, like have izinto kanjalo yabo, we don't have to keep calling people from outside. Let's just establish our own TV network. And we're in the city of choice, so why not call it Choice TV? Come on, you know. Come on, like I think that was a genius rebrand.
It was, bro. It was
because with the Functuae TV, I was like, only the cool kids could understand that, because the Functuae is the vibe, the chill in Japanese, you know. So what we eat email search is this why it's now we click it, then we added it to igama to igama podcast. But you know, like that's the big vision for it. You know, hopefully other podcasts are gonna spring up like you guys, because Nani, like hopefully once we can get a Choice TV to be a full production. Say, give you guys a studio, like so you guys are recording on a Saturday. Oh, since he has the Unintentional podcast, he shoots on a Saturday, a Studio 3 or a Studio Bani. Like that's my big goal. I wanna have things like that for our city.
No, that's fire, man. That's fire. And the current landscape of, I guess, entertainment, media in Pietermaritzburg, how's that looking in your view?
Well, it was pretty dormant. I'm not gonna blow my own horn, but ngenza ukuganga noma ngenza ukuba little rascal. I don't know if you guys saw the list. I dropped the top 20 DJ list last year.
Yes.
Because I felt like things need.
You were creating drama.
No, but I just feel like I'm in the middle of all of this, but I just felt nothing was going on. Like and the people that are in the industry were just doing things like, and it wasn't going anywhere. Like I'm not saying people were just here for shits and giggles, but I just felt like, nah, man, these guys are not doing enough because I'm the guy that's looking after the bigger picture. So I'm like, I'm gonna take that responsibility and say, come on, guys, nobody's ever acknowledged our artists or our industry or our DJs in that light. So that's why it caused so much drama. Like, because now hey boo, it's angikho kule list but mina ngiyazazi ngiplan ubani okhipha list yayibona. So I think after that, after the list, those who really absorbed and understood my play with the list went back to their drawing boards with their teams, and they're actually doing quite very well, and it was very beneficial to them, to their careers, because some of them are in the top 10 now, got to be outside of the top 20,
right?
From being outside the top 20 to working to being in the top 5 within under a year. So for me, it was just an exercise to say, guys, don't just think nobody's watching. As much as you can discredit what I'm doing, but a bulk of the people or those bonile na we list. Uzoyithatha serious yena uthi hayi ungibaliyo lapha kunamba 11 awuziyazi awufetha kufana if it's good number 11,
either that or just get motivation to step it up. Okay, let me do better next time.
For sure. So a lot of the artists that were on the list really used it to level up. So the whole of the top 20 has leveled it up. So it's a very exciting time. A lot of music is being dropped. They've upped their event game. They've a lot of artists have expanded to playing in events outside of the city. So, and most importantly, they've signed with management agencies, local management agencies. Shout out to Fanele 95 agency. Shout out to Nelisa Kwishani. A few managers that I know that have really helped them, artist Amanye and Guazio, and so for me, we are steady. We are, and there's a new radio station coming, so it's going to be another platform for our artists, So for me, it's a very exciting time. I don't need Josie. I don't need anything. We can be our own kings here, man. We just need to be consistent with what we're doing.
And Choice TV, the name and the brand. Are you guys copyrighted or patented?
I've created my own copyrights. We had a conversation about that. Like he used to run accounts and stuff. Now people are just registering companies for themselves. People are doing their own tax returns. So I'm one of those people that got into that. So I made sure that I copyrighted the company first, because I know how to use the platforms as APC, So it was more that. And
I guess it's also a lesson for any creator, whether in Pietermaritzburg or wherever they're listening to our show dude. When creating a brand, try find a way to protect your name as well, by way of patents or copyrights. Well, copyright, I guess, because patents is in respect of inventions and stuff, So as far as I think our questioning for the day, I think that covers pretty much everything here.
For sure. But
this has been a really good sit down with you.
My man. But like for me, guys, like I'm really excited that we have another podcast. You know, I can't urge you guys enough that we need to keep the consistency going. Enough with the motivation, man. Like enough with the motivation. Like the only thing we need to be saying to each other now is action. That's the only motivation. Like let's put things into action, you know. So I can't emphasize this enough. Let's continue, bro. Even if it means you guys are podcasting at events, you know, like let's do that. You know, like we need more. I cannot urge this enough. We need more podcasts. We need to build a media structure, because now we don't have media houses that can actually facilitate all of what we are doing. Hence I want to make sure Choice TV is a hub where every production in the city has a hub where they know I'm under that production company, and I'm able to access resources to do things, and I'm held accountable, because now I've actually thought, if I'm gonna buy your podcast, the only term and conditions is when I'm only to 20 episodes a year. Come on, bruh. Come on, it's you're not serious about what you're doing. Sure. Because now I've had years. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
Now I've had years where we've shot so many interviews.
Sure.
Yeah, but my production issues like throughout the process. But the following year, it's Melubu is stronger than ever. So team, so I feel like we need more. We need more. Like I just want everybody to take action. Enough with the motivation, man. Like that's sweet. Like so I mean, I'm very interested in that, but yeah, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming through, taking some time out of your day just to share so much with us. And yeah, for me, I'm done. Just to wrap it up, I think you should take it, but then you said you don't want motivation anymore, but no. I'm just saying, what would you say to these young people coming up, seeing you, seeing us, and wanting to get into the industry, wanting to do things in Pietermaritzburg? What was your word of advice?
Action and consistency. Those are the two things you need. Take action and be consistent at it, you know, like, because you know, I've also, like, life is a risk anyway, bruh. You know, you're not gonna make it out alive anyway. So why are you holding back on things that you want to do? What are you protecting it for? It's because you're not gonna live for 1,000 years. Come on, you know. So yeah, it's that. You know, it's I understand. I perfectly understand that we come from different backgrounds, but how else do you think you're gonna do it? Yeah, well, you're gonna be that guy who complains, if it's I'm not really getting opportunities. How else? Oh, okay, then stay if you're not gonna take action, go to from where the information is at. There's nothing wrong, no pumuza. When information, you know, there's nothing wrong. Yeah, well, you could literally stay anyway, but in the most it's like a girl, bro. Like, if you really want a girl, so let's apply the same action in our careers and stop the motivation, bro, because motivation, I feel like it gives you that complacency. It was but you're not putting things into action. Other kids are learning, they stumbling upon. That's a lesser mistake to make. If there's 100 mistakes and you making it, hey, bro, how many have you made? That's the question I should be asking you. How many mistakes have you made? If we think, let's say the bar is 100 mistakes, how many have you made?
Exactly.
Yeah, bro. So I think it's just go through the steps, man. Just go through it. There's no way around it. I can motivate you all I want, but you have to feel it. Yeah, but you have to feel it, because ngisho ngahlala la ngikhuluma emfethu ayibo ngize ngikumotivate ngikhipha amabhuku abhalwa obani, but if ungayizwanga ngenyama ubuhlungu bokuthi imfethu ufike la kushuthwa, si guest isila ucameraman avela ngafiki, umuntu esegibele ngemali yakhe ethuza lapho yabo uma ungakufilanga lokho you won't know what it takes to actually be where you want to be. Feel mfethu yabo, you have to pain and suffering baba mfethu, that's the only way you're gonna make it.
For sure.
Pain and suffering baba.
For sure.
Yeah, but yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you Mr. Camera Guy. Thank you. You know, it's been a fun time. I always enjoyed telling my story because I think in the car ukuthi story success ihlezi sikhulunywa ngasekugcineni khona ma in between is that our young people abasilandelayo need to know about ukuzenza decision, do I really want to do that for the rest of my life noma do I really want to do it, because I heard the in between is being khuluma nomuntu ongaphumelelile yabo, so youth ayiyeke leyo nto ukuthi I'll only listen to you once you've made it, but I'm actually going through it yabo. Wena usabuka umuntu naye mengasakutshela athi hayi kuleke yabo lo mtshitha lento akutshela yona iyona, because manje nama went through the same thing yabo. So shout out to everybody in PMB, shout out to the OT3. I love the city. You know, I'm really, I can't in short I'm my words, guys. Like I really appreciate that you guys have this podcast. It's really exciting, bitch. And if you need guests, I've got many guests that want to be on the show. Kuze bangaye ungashoot for 3 weeks. Beshawa my guest. Mina ngizobanika my guest.
No, thank you.
But yeah, thanks guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
No, thank you also for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And with that, it's a wrap. Thank you so much for watching us. Remember to catch us on all social media at Unintentional Podcast. And we're signing out.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
No, I think that's really
Nice and short and sweet.
I think for me, this has taught me a lot as well. I think going forward, I would like to have a dating space because I feel like in my past, I've just jumped into relationships. And if you have any questions, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, let me ask the usual question.
Sure, go ahead.
Are you guys seriously dating?
I'm joking. I'm joking. No. It's a good one though. No, we're not.